What's going on, everybody? It's Mr. Pecan111 here. How you guys doing? I'm doing good. This is World War II Wednesday, and this is some Call of Duty 3 gameplay. It's not the entire game, because there's custom rules, like everybody hosts, like, you can host your own game and stuff, so usually the games, like, the people put the timer at, like, 500 kill, or the kill limit at, like, 500 kills, and the timer at, like, an hour. So, yeah, this is just a good portion of it. Some pretty funny stuff happened in the thing. As you could see in the beginning, I was trying to kill my own teammate to check and see if friendly fire was on. And, yeah, the only reason I'm doing Call of Duty 3 is because I know all I've been uploading for World War II Wednesdays is Call of Duty 2 and World at War, which I have a lot more World War II games. I don't know, I haven't been uploading them for some reason. But, yeah, so a couple announcements before I get into this is, the first one is that I know it seems like I've been saying this a lot and that I've been making empty promises every time, but my Facebook will be up this weekend. By the end of this weekend, my Facebook page, it will be up, I promise. Second announcement is I found a free editing program that I think I could use to sync up voices and audio and everything better than the Roxio Video Wave, so that I will be able to do live commentaries, and I hope that I can get them out to you guys. And, yeah, so pretty much the main thing that I wanted to talk about is kind of a what-if thing. I know Wings of Redemption did something similar to this, and I was a bit curious on it. His was what if Operation Barbarossa never took place, and I kind of got interested in these kind of what-if historical kind of things, so I started looking some up, and there's actually a huge, like, debate community and stuff around these historical what-ifs and stuff, and I found one. If I find the website that it was on, I'll put the link in the description, but pretty much what it is the thing is, what if Japan didn't bomb Pearl Harbor and waited instead until Russia was out of the picture? So pretty much what it is like if Japan took over all the Pacific Islands and took over the greater part of Europe, then what the whole thing was about is if Japan, pretty much what would happen is if Japan would come in through China and take over, like, those little areas that were part of the Soviet Union and stuff, like some of the little Slavic nations and stuff, and then pretty much what would happen is that Japan and Russia, or not Japan and Russia, Japan and Germany would kind of like encircle encircle Moscow and force the Russians to surrender or just kill all of them or whatever, and then go on to take on the remaining superpowers like America and England and Poland and Canada and those countries like that, like go on to keep on going. And I personally think it would work. If Japan succeeded in taking over Asia and the Philippine Islands, then I think they would have a pretty good chance of conquering Russia with Germany, because if you think about it, Germany almost did it by themselves. It was just that they weren't well prepared for the winter like the Russians were, so they kind of got beat back during the winter. But like if both those both the armies were converging on Russia, and Russia would then have to fight two fronts instead of just the one fighting back Germany, they'd have to fight two fronts. And I have a feeling, even though the Russian army was well over a million-man army, I think that maybe the combined arms of the Empire of Japan and Nazi Germany would probably bring about the fall of Russia. And if that did happen, I think that the Axis powers would have a very good chance of conquering the rest of the world and winning the war because of the fact that... Hang on, let me adjust the mic. Because of the fact that, in my opinion at least, Russia played a major role in defeating Germany once they broke out of the once they beat back the Germans during the winter. I think that that's pretty much had it in for the Germans, because then the Germans had to fight the Allies to the west I'm sorry, I really can't talk today. The Allies to the west and also the Russians to the east, and I have a feeling that's what happened. Germany got encircled and lost, and then the Allies had to, then they began their focus on Japan, and then Japan lost months later, which I think that if Japan and Germany both focused on Russia at the same time and took the Soviet Union out, I definitely think that the Axis would have taken over much, if not the entire world, much of Europe and a good portion of Asia if they didn't take over all of it, if the Japanese didn't take over all of Asia. But the one thing is that I don't know, because obviously it doesn't get too cold in the Pacific Islands, and obviously Japan isn't a very cold country, so I really can't say for sure if I could think that the Japanese would survive the winter, because the Germans barely made it out, and obviously Germany is a much colder place than Russia, and yeah. Another thing, though, that I was kind of pondering over in my head is what happened if... Okay, so if the Axis took over the entire world, obviously like they were planning to do, and Japan got Asia and all the Pacific Islands, and Germany got all of Europe, and then Italy got the Mediterranean, like Italy and Greece and stuff like that. I don't know for sure how long they would have stayed, like, peacefully, because obviously one army would have gotten more greedy or more paranoid than the other one and would probably try to do something. Like, obviously Italy would probably get knocked out right in the beginning if there was fighting between the three main Axis powers, because Italy lost pretty early in the war just to the Allied powers. I mean, not saying that the Allies weren't a strong, united power, but I don't know. I just feel that, well, Italy would be knocked out, I think, and then it would pretty much come down to Germany and Japan, which I personally think that if there was fighting between these, because I think it's very likely that that would happen, that Japan would either... I think more Hitler would probably want to take over the entire world, and he would probably attack Japan, much like he did with Operation Barbarossa with the Russians. I have a feeling that he would probably double-cross them, and then they would probably fight. And in all honesty, I believe that Germany would win a long, drawn-out war against the Japanese because of the fact that Germany was much more of an industrial superpower than Japan was. Japan, I mean... So if World War II played out how it did, Japan's naval, their navy, Japan's navy and their air superiority was pretty much knocked out by the Allies, along with Germany's, but I feel that Germany would probably have a better chance of remaking their fighters and their bombers and their their battleships and destroyers and whatever. Like, I feel that in the end, Germany would win because they are more of an industrial and economic superpower. Although I do feel that, judging by the way that Japan fought for centuries before and in World War II, how they fought down to the last man and they would not surrender, I definitely feel that Japan would put up a good fight, but in the end, I do believe that Germany would win a war with Japan, just like I said, simply because of the fact that they were more of an economic superpower. And yeah, so tell me how much you like these videos, like these what if videos. I certainly liked Wings of Redemption's one. I thought it was really cool, and I don't know, it kind of just got me thinking. And if I get positive feedback on this, I'll probably continue the series. More what ifs. I have a bunch of them, like not really a what if, but like, was the 2 atom bombs dropped on Japan, Nagasaki and Hiroshima, were they justified in any way, or like if the Allies should have just invaded Japan instead? I'll probably do that one. That one seems kind of interesting. And yeah, so I will get my Facebook up for by the end of the weekend. I'll have my Black Ops 2 commentary on Friday. Hopefully I could get a Let's Play or a live commentary out. That would be really cool for the weekend. I think I found a very good editor that will work, and I can solve whatever problems I've been having with the not syncing up audio and stuff like that. So yeah, I have like a minute of gameplay left, but 30 seconds of gameplay left, and I really don't have much to talk about. So, and my laptop's about to die. So this is Mr. Pecan111 signing out.